Hello everybody, welcome to this pretty much like a fertility Q&A, but basically it was a request. Someone kindly reached out to me who's a member of this fertility help group, and she said, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to post a question that can fuel negativity with other people. So can I ask you privately? And this is the thing, I bend over backwards and inside out. Hello Karen, nice to see you. I'm glad you were able to join to help my clients to succeed. And that's also why I'm a little bit late in starting. I had a woman reach out to me and she had quite a few questions, and I was saying, I've got to go. And she just had a few more questions, and I couldn't just leave her hanging. So that's what I do. I'm very, very generous with my time, my heart, my mind. I've been in the industry for 18 years, and I have a very different approach to anyone else in the fertility world. You know, I've never had to advertise. Unfortunately, it means that not everyone has heard of me, and I need to really let people know there's ways to end your suffering. And this is why really I've been helping a lot of people who've been told it's never going to work. Women who've lost their periods, women who are in their 50s, mid-50s. Hello, Gabriella, nice to see you. All kinds of people who were told, you know, the odds are against them. And I just help them to have their happy, healthy baby or babies with joy. In fact, you know, I love my clients so much that they end up becoming friends. And one lady, she was with me, she actually came to the house and she stayed with her 3 children whom I helped her to have. And she said to the eldest daughter, she said, you've never met Fiona, but a doctor told me once that I would probably never have children. And now look at you 3. Now she had these 3 naturally. She came to me, she was a lawyer, highly stressed, and she wanted to have a baby. She was with a man who was going through a divorce, so highly stressed, and he had 2 children in that relationship. He didn't want to have more children, which is very common. So there was that difficulty in convincing him to have children because she really wanted children. And helped her come off the thyroxine. I helped to improve her fertility. She had her first child. She then was breastfeeding and had her second child. So there's only 18 months apart with them. And then she had her third child. And then she called me and said, thank you so much for helping me have my children. I now have too much fertility. I need to find out some natural contraceptive ways. You know, what do you do? So that's just one of many, 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 many stories. Now, she came to me with a 0.02 AMH. She went to different healers who said, you're barren. You won't be able to have children, let alone doctors. And she said, can you help me? Can you help me? Honestly, can you help me? I said, of course I can help you, because with the right protocol, you can turn your fertility back on. Of course you can. Now, some women have a blocked fallopian tube. Some women only have 1 ovary that works. Okay, we can work with that. We can work with that. As long as you have at least 1 fallopian tube and 1 ovary, I can help you naturally. Now, a lot of women need to do IVF. It could be because blocked fallopian tubes or some kind of issue with getting the sperm to the egg. It could also be because their husband has had a vasectomy, and that's the only way they can now have a baby. So I help my clients to create peace around that, because there sometimes can be resistance. Other clients love it. They want to do IVF. They are statisticians. They're in finance and they want to know. They want to plan. They want to work with it. So I help my clients no matter what. There is no judgment. I'm here to help you no matter where you are, what your history. I know that you're suffering. I know you want this baby. I know that you feel your body's letting you down. And there is a lot of fear for people around pregnancies over 35. You know, over 35, you're called a geriatric, which is really hard. And I teach you to overcome that. So I want you to, I'm just letting some people into the group. I want you to realize that it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. It matters what you think. And that's what I do with my course. I look at what's going on. What's your invisible block? Because you will manifest to you. You will create whatever you believe you are worthy of receiving. So if you feel that you still need to suffer, if you feel it's not going to happen until X, Y, and Z, then that's exactly what happens. Your word is your wand. So it's important that you listen to you. You are your body's best doctor, and I can help you to activate your intuition. And I want to thank you for submitting this question, and I'm going to dive on now into my answers. I've pre-written it, which means I'll copy it and paste it word for word into my next newsletter. So come on, Gabriella, you want to come on to the video? You've asked to do that. If that's true, let me know for later. You can ask me some live questions. Anyone is free to do whatever you like. I don't mind. And in the meantime, let me read to you the information that I have set aside, because I know your time is precious and you just want to get to the core root of what can you do to prevent chromosomal issues. A lot of people are fearful of having a baby that is not healthy, which is why I'm known for helping my clients have happy, healthy babies. Not just a baby, you want a happy, healthy baby. Now, there are certain things we need to do then to improve your genes. Your genes will determine. Now, genes, do you know what influences our genes? Light. They're made of light. Light codes. Energy. I'm not going to bore you with the quantum physics of it, but they are light, they are energy. So if we want to improve our gene health, our chromosomal health, we must have more energy. Okay? Now, a fertility issue is a lack of energy issue. Chromosomal issues, there's a lack of energy somewhere. There's an imbalance. So we need to create more balance, more harmony. Let the body sing. So I am really excited to be sharing this with you. And I know how much energy and hope that you are putting into your journey. And even just to get here today is huge. Even to watch the replay is huge. Signing up to the newsletter if you haven't already, or reading the newsletter, seeing this in the newsletter for the first time. Good. Well done for opening the newsletter. Because what we're going to talk about here is huge. And that is, you're always told if you're trying for a baby over the age of 35, then it's probably going to have chromosomal abnormalities. But you can fix that. Oh, Elodie, you're here. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. We've got a number of you here, and numbers are slowly building. A few of you found it difficult to find me today. So, why chromosomal errors increase with age and what you can do about it. Basically, as we get older, our metabolic rate slows down, and it's more difficult for the body to detoxify. Our pathways get congested. So we need to detoxify to help the body function better, to help the body to absorb the nutrients it needs. Because the problem with age or age-related issues with the egg is simply nutritional or nutrient deficiencies. That's it. But it's not about having more supplements, because if your body is already overloaded with toxins, it's not going to absorb it. So we need to do a gentle detox, which is why I specialize in specific fertility detoxes. Now, all of my clients work. They're all hard workers, high achieving women. So you can't really afford a detox which says you can't work today, you're going to have killer headaches, you're going to be flat on your back, you're going to feel terrible. So I don't do those kinds of detox. I recommend you do detoxes that you can integrate very, very easily into your daily routine, where you will feel a bit of a detox, but no major detox symptoms. And then that will help you day by day to get rid of inflammation, get rid of internal scarring, fibroids, blockages, things like that. Activate anti-aging. The whole protocol I offer is all about anti-aging and a longevity protocol. So it's not hard work. It's got to be easy. You got to feel fluid. You got to feel graceful and abundant. And that's what happens. And then as we get rid of the stress, we get rid of the toxins, we can improve your mitochondrial function, because chromosomal issues are because of mitochondrial functional issues. There's not enough energy in the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, so when you have fatigue, we need to support your mitochondria. And fatigue goes hand in hand with fertility issues. So we need to look at ways that you can reboot your energy levels. It's as simple as that. So if you've got more energy, then you've got more energy for fertility, for your cellular health. So the key point here is your biology is responsive to your environment. Your cells respond to how you think, how you feel, your detox pathways, how you regenerate, including sleep, how you're oxygenating your reproductive system, how the digestive system works, how the central nervous system works. Because if you're imbalanced in any of those, your body will use the reserves in your reproductive system to feed these other systems. And that's why you have fertility issues, because you actually have a lack of energy. And that's why it breaks my heart when I have brilliant clients going to IVF clinics and their numbers are phenomenal. It's just their age. And the clinics will say, no, because of your age. So I say to them, well, stick with me. Let's do it naturally. And then they do. And it's beautiful. Some clinics will work with women who are older and, you have to often go abroad. Greece and Spain are really common places to go. Some people can do that, some people can't. So if you can't do that, then we really want to optimize it naturally, and we can do that. So the epigenetic levers that matter the most for egg quality are nutrition, detoxification, mitochondrial energy, hormone balance, and emotional regulation. So a lot of people will look at your numbers and go, oh, we need to give you this supplement or that supplement to improve your estradiol, your FSH, your LH. And it's more than that. What is going on mentally? What is the invisible block here? Whatever you're thinking creates an emotion. So your emotional regulation is going to impact your cortisol and your adrenaline. Now this is produced in your adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands have a relationship with your thyroid. So when your adrenal glands are running overtime, when they're exhausted, when they're not being replenished, your thyroid will slow down, which will mean cellular metabolism slows down. You are regenerating slower, so anything you do will take a lot longer. So you might be following a fertility protocol like your friends, your sister, whomever, and they're getting pregnant, but you're not. That's because your thyroid is too sluggish. So we need to make sure you have a good thyroid. Now, what we also need to do is to have that healthy thyroid is to make sure that you're having the right nutrients around that, which is, of course, iodine, which you get from kelp. You don't want to be exposing yourself to electromagnetic frequencies. You don't want to have too many phthalates or BPA, BPS, any kind of microplastics, heavy metals. All those things are going to impact your thyroid, as well as having the voice to speak up for yourself, all those kinds of things. There's certain personality types that will be affected more with thyroid issues than others, and it compounds. We need to look at everything that is impacting that thyroid health, because slow metabolic rate, as well as the inability to hold a pregnancy, is what is the result of low thyroxine, which is the hormone that is produced in the thyroid gland. So we need to make sure that your emotional regulation is balanced, supported, nourished, because that will actually have a direct impact on egg quality. So no doctors talk about how to improve egg quality. They're like, well, it's just about the numbers. Every single client of mine, they improve their AMH levels because your AMH is the anti-Müllerian hormone test. Is not a true indication of your egg reserve. It just shows how many follicles are available now. And often, because you get more and more stressed and no one's putting you on the right protocol, your AMH keeps depleting. And then you get more and more worried. So what I recommend you do is do my course, because your AMH will skyrocket. It will mean more follicles are available for your AMH test. And the only woman whose AMH levels did not increase, she ended up having her daughter anyway at age 50, working with me. Now, she had a lot of issues. Our first conversation, she came recommended to me because I helped one of her friends who was in her late 40s to have a baby. And she couldn't even climb a flight of stairs because she was out of breath. She had a lung issue. She also had undiagnosed candida issues, no symptoms, but there was candida riddled in her body. She was dealing with her dying sister, who she was very close with. She just met the man who doesn't have any kids, and he was on the spectrum, so a bit devoid of emotion and didn't get anything that she was doing with me. And I was really her lifeline. And she was working with me for just under 2 years. So she was able to have her baby girl at 50, who's super healthy and just an absolute joy. And she, like many women, have given testimonials, video testimonials, to share their story, to help you overcome your fertility issues. Now, she was given a diagnosis of 2%. She had a 2% chance of success, and she'd done IVF and it had failed. And her family said, just keep trying IVF. And she said, no, I don't want to. My friend signed up with Fiona. I'm signing up with Fiona. She stayed with me for 18 months. Her AMH didn't improve, but she's got a baby girl. So what do we want at the end of the day? We want to have a happy, healthy baby, and that means no chromosomal issues. So we have to make sure that the nutrition that we have is preventing DNA damage. The detoxification is clearing out the heavy metals, the molds, the plastics, the pesticides, even the pathogens in the body that include parasites. All of this will damage your chromosomal health. We need to improve your energy, like I said earlier, with the mitochondrial support. So there's certain supplements that can help you with that. And of course, your hormones. The only thing that's going to balance your hormones is cholesterol. You do need to have high cholesterol for fertility. Yeah, doctors won't share that with you because there is an anti-fertility agenda. Hello, Angelica. I am glad you are live. Thank you for joining, everybody. So, you get your hormones from fat, okay? From the cholesterol. So one of the easiest things to have are eggs. Eggs are the perfect ratio of protein and fat. So again, they have to be from happy chickens, not from industrially produced barn eggs. They need to be happy, free range, and organic, because a lot of chickens are given genetically modified food, and that genetically modified food will make you infertile, and that is a fact. You don't have to believe anything I say. You can even Google this. It's common knowledge. Genetically modified food on animals and their fertility. Look it up. It makes you obese. It destroys your gut health. For women, if you're having genetically modified foods or non-organic foods with herbicides, fungicides, pesticides, it will cause things like adenomyosis. It causes mass inflammation, gut dysbiosis, IBS, all these things. Now, it doesn't just happen on its own. Just like the certain jabs that everyone was forced to get in 2020, that will move to your body's weakest point and exacerbate the weakest point, which is why we've got the turbo cancers and all these other things going on, and why more fertility issues have happened since then. And that is now medically out there. Like, they're not hiding that anymore like they did before. It's medically out there. You can do your research. So what we're looking at is having these chemicals. What they do is they highlight your weak points. So we want to heal the body all over. Now, the weak points happen from a mental or an emotional standpoint, because that's how energy works. We're energy beings. So on the outer layers, penetrating into the physical. So next to the physical is the emotional, and then before that is the mental, and then we've got deeper spiritual layers. I lecture on this. It's a type of anatomy and physiology, and it's also quantum science. So what we want to do is make sure that your energy field, so the mental body, the emotional body, is in harmony. That will heal the physical body. Just always focusing on your physiology doesn't work. We need to look at everything simultaneously, and that's where the deep healing happens. Because you do need healing. If it's a fertility issue you've got, you need to heal yourself. You need to nurture yourself. Change your thoughts, change your feelings, change your physiology, which is why I have a mind mastery segment. Master your mind, master your body, master your life. Because everything is mental. This is a mental projection that we are in. Your body is an extension of your mind. Your mind has a map of your body. Clear those invisible blocks, and you're going to have your miracle baby, which is not a miracle, it's just basic science. And I can teach you all of this. I can teach you the extremes of the science that I work with, and I can also teach you how to be your body's best doctor. Again, you don't have to know this stuff, you can just feel it. And it's a joy-based support that I provide for my clients, because joy is the catalyst for faster fertility success and for your body to heal. So in my course, I teach about the yin-yang fertility diet. When it's hot outside, you need to have cooling foods, but not too cooling because fertility doesn't like cold. So you still need to have some underlying warmth and keep the digestive fires alive, because I also work with Ayurvedic knowledge as well, not just traditional Chinese medicine. And I also work with Western nutrition as well. So combining all these three is essential. I make sure that you get your good fats every day. Of course, everyone knows about avocado, coconut, seeds and nuts and olive oil, but the real thing is that you need to have enough fat. And if you only have those things and not the animal fat, you may be deficient in cholesterol and therefore hormones are deficient. Must have protein in every meal. Fertility needs protein. This will stabilize blood sugar and prevent hormone spikes, sugar spikes. Slow carbs and vegetables are kept to a minimum. Okay, we don't want to have too many carbs, and vegetables are plants and plants are medicine, and too much medicine becomes poison. I'm going to repeat that. Plants are medicine and too much medicine becomes poison. Our natural food is fatty meat. Fatty fish, wild fish is more fatty. Never ever have organic fish, never have farmed fish. Line caught wild fish is the best. Mackerel's brilliant. Salmon, nothing ever bigger than a salmon. Wild, of course. Sardines are brilliant. Shellfish are good for you as well. Again, you don't want them farmed. So those are going to give you the best fertility sources. Okay, so you're going to have in your red meat, it's going to give you the folate that you need. It's going to give you your Bs that you need, your B vitamins. It's going to give you, the funny thing is, it doesn't give you vitamin C in large doses because when you have carbohydrates, it strips your body of vitamin C. Think about that. So we can't be having things that strip nutrients from us. And that's what I teach you. Yes, you can still have carbs and vegetables if that's what you like, and I can work around it. If you want rapid results, I'm giving you the extreme measure so that there's no surprises when we work together. Mitochondrial foods. This includes chlorella from the Powerfully Pure range. It's bioavailable, meaning it's fully absorbable. Marine phytoplankton. It's got your omegas, EPAs. It's got 18 essential amino acids. It's got your electrolytes. So it's a brilliant food, even small amounts of folate. You've got your Thai black ginger for warming, for energy, for the womb, for sperm health, for libido. We need to have all of that. And of course, we have medical grade reishi. You probably never come across medical grade reishi. It's not common, but it makes a world of difference. There is so much fake reishi. When I say fake, it's like the chitin is there, the fruiting body as well as what it's growing on is all churned up and turned into dust and mixed with lactose and given out to you. Medical grade has to be the purest. And medical grade reishi is guaranteed to work within 2 hours to dissolve cortisol. Ivona, you're here. Excellent. So having that, reducing your cortisol is going to improve your hormones. So we want to have things that work, and I don't like to mess my clients around with anything. So there's no nasties, no fillers, no binders. Instant, rapid healing with the right supplementation. Now, when it comes to detoxing, there's things you can do like adding MSM, but make sure it's from powerfullypure.com, that shop, because you only want MSM from pine trees or pine lignans. Okay, otherwise it's made from petrochemicals. Even though it's sold in health food shops, it's toxic. You don't want any kind of petrochemical extractions. No. You mix your MSM, it's very bitter. It's organic sulfur with your lemon water with a pinch of salt in the morning, and that will mobilize your toxins. You then want to add castor oil, the Powerfully Pure castor oil. It's hexane free, it's organic, it's edible. I don't want you to eat it, but you could. And you place it over your liver, you place it over your ovaries, you place it over your abdomen with a hot water bottle, absorbing so that you can help to get fresh oxygenated blood to your reproductive system and help the body to detoxify. You also want to have fulvic minerals, especially if you've had the COVID jab, because you're going to need 30 drops a day to give you the minerals that you need and to restore gut health, because COVID's renowned to strip away the acidophilus and bifidus from your gut. When you strip that away, you're going to have more chances of having an autistic baby or a baby with severe allergies. by up to 50%. So please restore that gut health, and fulvic minerals can help to do that. It's a prebiotic and a probiotic. Adding trace minerals as well, if you like to do that, that's also good because that's going to help with your DNA. Now, how stress chemistry disrupts meiosis and how to correct it quickly. So when your body's in fight or flight, which a lot of my clients are, you want this baby so bad and it causes you to be stressed, and then you're in fight or flight because you don't feel safe. Again, fertility issues are because you don't feel safe. You need to feel safe so you can open, soften, and surrender. You can only enter thrive mode when you're feeling safe to survive. The body's first hardwired to survive and then to thrive. So we've got to create that safety. And you can do that by reducing the cortisol, by reducing the adrenaline. And this is going to help you to support your chromosomal health. So when clients come to me saying, my FSH is really high, my AMH is really low, I say we have to manage your stress. Not just flippantly, I need to know what is triggering you emotionally, mentally, what is looping in your head, causing that stress and anxiety. Because when we can heal that, the body relaxes, and I help them to feel safe in their relationship, in their body, on their journey. You get to do daily fertility fit movements, which help to regulate your immune system and your central nervous system and your fertility, the whole of the reproductive system, as well as the circulation of the body, the circulatory system. So your systems are brought back into balance and they oxygenate the reproductive system. We need to get fresh oxygenated blood to the reproductive system to help the detox pathways and the regeneration pathways. I teach you medical movements that are proven to heal the body. I teach you how to still your mind. I teach you how to take back control of your overthinking, your negative thinking, your deep fears. I get you to overcome anxiety. Now, I can do that through meditation, I can do that through exercise, and I can do that through breathing techniques. It's totally your choice. Totally your choice. I give you so much to choose from. And it's not just one or two. You have tens, in fact, hundreds of options. And that's just the meditations. So there's so much for you there that you never need to revert to Dr. Google. You never feel lost. You've always got everything at your fingertips. And the best thing is I'm with you when you sign up to me up to 9 hours a week. 9 hours a month. Helping you, answering your questions, nourishing you, supporting you in the best way I can. Okay, my heart is with you, my soul is with you. I'm holding you handing you along this journey step by step so that you can feel safe. It's that safety that will help you to thrive. And that's why I'm called by my clients the miracle maker. But it's not a miracle, it's just reverting to what is your natural state. So what to prioritize? If you have low AMH and previous losses or failed transfers, low AMH, when you want to focus on mitochondrial repair and mineral saturation. So AMH is a marker of egg reserve, but it's not an accurate one. Not of quality. Quality is always able to be improved by the environment. So how you think, how you feel, your detox pathways, your regeneration, your nutrients, etc. Previous losses. If you've had previous losses, previous miscarriages, then you want to prioritize detoxing and progesterone support. So most miscarriages are chromosomal, so stabilizing meiosis is key. And there's many ways that we can do that based on your specific personality type, because you've got to enjoy it. Failed transfers. So let's address the uterine environment and inflammatory triggers. So even the best embryo will not implant if the soil is hostile, if the lining isn't ideal. So what causes it to be hostile? Trauma, unprocessed trauma. Could be anything from rape, miscarriages, guilt, not feeling a connection to source or God. There's a whole lot of stuff at play, which is why I've got my Bloom Your Womb 30-day protocol. It's only 22 pounds. It's less than $30 US. You have it for life. It's a 30-day protocol, and it's deep, it's thorough, it's magical, and it will help you to reconnect with your womb. And then you have just some basic supplements from the Powerfully Pure range that help to thicken your lining, to create less inflammation. So your diet tweaks as well. I mean, you could have the healthiest diet in the world. If you're stressed, it's still going to create inflammation. So we still need to address what's going on in the mind, your emotions, not just supplements. A lot of people throw supplements at you, and it's a lot more than supplements that's going to get you over the line. It's the underlying cause. We want to fix that and help you to thrive, help you to be happy. It's hard to feel happy and content when you're trying for this baby, which you're wanting to complete you. And a lot of women come to me to find a partner and to have a baby. And they want to feel that that will complete them. But I help them to realize you need to feel complete now because you magnetize to you what you are, not what you want. So what are the real timelines and case examples? Let's run through some stuff here, because the egg you released today began maturing 3 months ago, but your follicles take 9 months. So when you're pregnant, we look at your health 9 months prior. This is exactly what traditional Chinese medicine does. They look at 9 months prior to conception, which is what they ascertain as the actual creation of the embryo, not on its birth date. So it's like the sparks of, first of all, your follicle, and then the sparks that create the sperm, which is getting regenerated every 3 months. And then the sparks even more when the embryo is created. And then, of course, baby is birthed 9 months later. So there's all these different cycles, okay? And that's why we've got to work with them. And that's why a lot of these movements I was telling you about, the medical movements, all work with 9s, 3s and 9s, okay? Because energy is what we are made of. And everything has a vibration. And if you truly want to heal yourself, for healing on a vibrational level, so yes, numbers do matter. Now, Sarah, age 44, some of you may know her. Sarah had been told her only option was donor eggs after 3 failed IVF cycles. Her embryos kept arresting early due to chromosomal abnormalities. And when she started my multi-pillar epigenetic protocol with extra focus on simultaneously, and this is the key, you've got to do it all at the same time, simultaneously on liver repair, mitochondrial nutrients, and daily fertility fit movements to oxygenate her reproductive system, within just 4 months, she fell pregnant with her next cycle of IVF. She had normal embryos, and she went on to carry her baby full term at age 45. Now, Eleanor, age 49, she came to me, typical story, absolutely devastated. IVF clinics turning her away, telling her she's too old. She had low AMH of 0.02 and was experiencing repeated early miscarriages. Now, we worked step by step on my multiple pillar epigenetic protocol. An epigenetic protocol, I've run through it before. How you think, how you feel, your detox pathways, your regeneration ability, the nutrients, the oxygenation, etc. that's going on to create the environment for your cells to either thrive or be in survive mode. And we need them to thrive for fertility. So when I helped her with that, with extra focus on simultaneously opening her detox pathways more than the normal person, mineral reabsorption was essential for her, and emotional regulation so that her body stopped producing the stress chemistry. 8 months into my program, she conceived naturally. She welcomed a healthy baby girl at the age of 50, and really, actually it's just before 51, her 51st birthday, a miracle. The doctors kept calling it a miracle because they were saying, you're too old, can't work with you, look at your numbers. And that's not how I work, okay? Your numbers are just saying, this is your mental and emotional state and it's affecting your physiology. Which is why as well, when women who have unexplained infertility, they've got great numbers, but they're not getting pregnant. Again, it's your mental and emotional state. But you need to tie it in with the correct epigenetic protocol so that you can have a happy, healthy baby without chromosomal issues. So if you've been told you're too old or that you've got chromosomal abnormalities, look, that is all preventable and we can easily get over that. We can easily change your environment and your body knows how to create healthy eggs. This is what I've been honored to be doing for the past 18 years. And I work predominantly now with women aged 47. That's my average age. Normally anywhere between 43 to 52. My eldest is 55. A lot of 50-year-olds, 51-year-olds, 49-year-olds, but it does start getting quite heavy at 43. And it's really a lot to do with what you think, what you feel, you believe. So because society has told us, well, over 35, you're going to have an increased chance of chromosomal issues. If you believe that, you will create that. If you start panicking, I've got to have a baby now, and not do a proper protocol, I see it all the time. Please calm down. And I'll have women doing IUI or IVF, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I'm like, wait, just wait. You haven't given this protocol enough time. Sometimes it takes at least 6 months for women to integrate the shifts. And they're like, no, I need it after 3. And then they'll try again on their 4th, and then their 5th, and then their 6th month. They have a break, they listen, they rebalance, they deal with the emotional drive of fear of what if I'm going to miss out. They make peace, they try again, and it works. And time again, I say, please give a video testimonial, because so many women are like you. They sign up, well, I've already booked IVF for 3 months' time. Is it going to work? Can we just have a little bit longer? If you're under 45, yeah, of course it can work. It can work within 3 months. It can work within 2 months. If you're over 45, the cellular regeneration is slower, which is why your chances of success go down, because unless we fix it, unless we help you to have an AMH of someone in their 20s, which is what I do. I've got statistical proof of women who work in the city in London, heavy in finance, heavy careers, very, very successful career women. They have really low AMH, they get worried, they haven't got a partner, they work with me, their AMH is that of a 20-year-old, which gives them the choice to either bank their eggs till they find a partner, or they know that when they find a partner, they can start making love within 3 to 6 months if it feels like the right guy, and they can optimize their chances, because that does happen. You know, I had a client, she came to me, she was 43, and she was trying to find a man and have a pregnancy. She was at the Lister Hospital in London, and IUI had failed, IVF had failed, then she went back to IUI, they really were pushing for IVF, and she's like, then approached to do donor egg, and she said, well, I'm doing donor sperm already, and now you want me to do donor egg? And by this stage, she's now 44. So she gets recommended to work with me after going through that. She gives me her history, and she gets herself primed. She stops doing IUI, and she focuses more on finding the man. She finds the man, and she got proposed to the day she gave birth to her son in hospital. So on the 3rd time they made love, they fell pregnant. And then she said, all I want to do is go to the Lister with my baby in its buggy and be, see, you told me this would never happen. You told me I'd have to have donor egg, and you told me that I'd have to, find donor sperm. And I didn't. I did this naturally. And that's a beautiful story in itself. You know, she can do it. You can do it. She was stressed. She had a very high pressure job. And it's difficult when you've got a high pressure job and you're exhausted. But she did it. And you can do it too. With the right epigenetic protocol, you can do it. And I'm here to help you do it. So if you're interested, reach out to me. Leave it in the comments below. You can DM me, or I'll respond with a direct message. Have a complimentary consultation if we haven't already had one. We can delve a little deeper into what can work for you. Have all of this information. You don't have to feel lost. You don't have to feel confused anymore. I want you to feel confident, because with confidence and clarity, you can achieve success. And with the right support, you will always succeed. It's finding the right support and then reaching out for it. Don't suffer alone. When I'm working with you, I'm here for you. Reach out to me more so I know what you need. Tonight, I'm doing a magical deep dive in 45 minutes with the women who have been assigned a small group with me. And we're going to be delving into clearing the belief systems, clearing the codes and programs which don't serve them anymore, so they can get rid of this fear around chromosomal issues, the fear around have I left it too late, the fear around what if my period doesn't come back, and helping to navigate a different pathway and activating deeper cellular health. It's going to be a beautiful process. I would love them to be preparing themselves for the evening. We're going to de-stress them, balance their nervous system, and bring everything into harmony with a beautiful, beautiful group support strategy. It's a new technique that I'm sharing with my clients because I get a lot of direct information. Like I said, I've been in the industry for 18 years. I work with Kuan Yin. I have a beautiful relationship with God, and I allow this source energy to move through me into my clients. Now, it's not through me because they have to connect with me, but I'm literally that neutral vessel. And it's that neutrality of your direct connection to source, which I get you to do yourself, that helps you to heal. Because that's what it is. And you're just rebalancing. Fertility is a lack of balance. You're just causing yourself to come back into balance, back into flow. We are energy beings. We move in waveforms, and we need to be in a state of harmony because we are made from harmonics. We sing a beautiful tune when our instrument has been tuned properly, when it's nourished, and we remember our deeper connection to who we really are. And with that, of course, you can create miracles because you are unstoppable. And so if you want to have your happy, healthy baby, come work with me. That's what I do. I've been in the industry a lot longer than anyone else with such high success rates consistently. So I'd love to help you. Get in touch. Don't suffer. You're already part of this private group. So you have me. You can post your questions into this group. And I'm here for you. I'm also here for you to hold your hand and make sure you get over the finishing line when we work together in my Fertile Lifestyle course. You can check out the Fertile Lifestyle course and what helps 80% of women to succeed. fertilelifestylecourse.com. Nice and easy. And if you'd like to book a complimentary consultation, go to fertilelifestyleconsult.com. So easy. All right, lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. Does anyone want to come on live and ask a question? If so, raise your hand or just click on the button that says you want to go live with me. I'm going to refresh my screen to see if there's any questions coming up. Dun, dun, dun. Refreshing my post. Hope you found it informative. Bloom Your Womb protocol is amazing, says Kirsty. I highly recommend it. It brought me to a much, much, much better place within myself. Lots of emojis. I love that you said that. I'm just going to share the link with everyone. Ooh. And or just click on the button that says you want to go live with me. That was the wrong button. If you know me, I'm not really a techie kind of gal. All right. So to get that, you go to fertilityactivator.com/B for bloom, Y for your, W for womb. That will give you access to the Bloom Your Womb protocol. Like I say, it's £22. It's under $30 US. It's under $1 a day. And it's honestly one of my most popular courses for a reason. Ivana, big love heart. I love it. Thank you for your love. And thank you for saying hello. And I think that's everything. There's no questions coming through. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm here for you. Sending you lots of infinite blessings. Like I say, I've got to prepare now for a deep dive for my beautiful ladies who are committed to their fertility journey and doing the Fertile Lifestyle course. Mwah! Love and blessings to you all.